Yeah, I mean, obviously it is. There's two family dynamics here that actually play into this. Obviously, myself and Samantha and our family, but then also the KBM family as well too, which we're still working on and continuing to build that piece to go forward with KBM as well too.
Kyle, when did you know that you were leaving Joe Gibbs and say, all right, I got to go look for another job?
Yeah, it was. Man, I don't know exact time frame, but definitely a few weeks ago. So, just being able to talk to all the different teams and to have many of those reach out to a few of them, was fine. I mean, I kind of went through the same thing 15 years ago where I did every single shop tour and went to every place there was to go. And so, this year was very similar to that. Just a few less choices, I guess we'd say, but was good all around to talk to every team that had the opportunity that wanted to talk with me.
Do you feel like you're settled now? Do you feel like the weight's off your shoulders? Can you sleep better? There's still one piece of it with your truck team, but how do you feel?
No, I feel good. I mean, I feel like this is a great decision and an opportunity to be able to move forward for a new chapter in my life and my career. So, I'm excited about the opportunity to go forward and to get into RCR cars and Chevrolet again. Been there once before, so they've shown that they've had speed this year, and it's really a place where I feel like we can get started right off the bat and go win.
Are you surprised that it took so long? I mean, if a star in another sport, it just doesn't happen. It took a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it did, but there's just so much to the whole puzzle that is why it took so long. It wasn't just me going somewhere. I would have been done weeks ago if it were just me. But what it is as far as length of term and where you go and can you win right away and what does life after racing look like and all that sort. So so many different pieces, and obviously there's still a few more that need answers, but it's been good.
You talk about history of this sport. We're here at the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Richard Childress Racing, when you think about Richard, what does he mean to you and this sport, you think?
Oh, I mean, Richard's a storied name and obviously has a legacy in itself. So been in the sport for a long, long time. He was a racer first and then became a car owner and a car owner to one of the greatest of our sport. And I'd like to be able to add to that legacy of Richard Childress Racing. And if I can do that by bringing home more wins and more championships, then that's my job that I was hired to do.
What are you going to do with the watch? And it's not just a thing. I mean, it's a story. It's I don't know.
You wear them, right? It tells you time. So I'm sure I'll wear it. And when and where that'll be, I'm not certain. But it's definitely a very nice gesture. I'm appreciative of that, and obviously the opportunity being on this side of the fence is much better.
When it all came together, today is special. To be a part of it, to help that conversation get going. And flew back with Kyle from Kansas, and I was just talking to him. And he's like, what do you want me to say in my speech? You want me to mention you? I was like, do what you want to do, man. Like, I was happy for RCR and for Welcome, and then if I can have a little piece to help, bring a guy like him to RCR to keep us on the trajectory that we're going, I think it's special.
You've said before you like teammates who will push you.
Yeah.
Kyle obviously has the resume. He's going to push you.
I've never worked with a two-time Cup champion. As far as experience and winning, he's the winningest driver I've ever worked with or going to get the shot to work with. When I first came to RCR, I thought I was going to have a shot to work with Kevin Harvick, and he moved on, and now it's like the first time that I'll have that figure around me, and I think we both can bring something to each other. I want Kyle to have fun at RCR. I want Kyle to be himself because that's what makes Kyle good. So hopefully together we both can maximize each other's potential.
Throughout your life, you've seen the highs, the lows, another high at RCR. What does the future look like for RCR? How does this elevate the program moving forward?
I mean, we're in an upward trajectory right now. Both teams making the playoffs, 3 wins this season. And then you bring a guy like Kyle Busch to our team that can just take us to even the next level. I've enjoyed thoroughly working with Tyler Reddick because he pushed me, and now I've got a teammate that's going to bring something else to the table. His winning ways are, you can't speak enough to, the push that he brings a team. I mean, he can go to any team in the garage and make them instant favorites at a lot of places. And so to have him as a teammate, I'm excited. Like I said, it's the most experience I've had around me. And our shop, my grandfather couldn't say it enough, they're all buzzing about it. Is this coming? Is this happening? and we've done a pretty good job of keeping it down. And to be a part of that first call with Kyle, to say, hey, Kyle, what do you think about driving at RCR? He's like, your grandfather want me? I'm like, yeah, man. Like, who wouldn't want you, first of all? And the history is the history. I mean, they're both grown men, and that stuff happened. But I think it's awesome to see full circle how friendships can be, brought back around. And this is a testament to that. And I think you're going to see great things from him.
How crazy is NASCAR that because of what you guys went through, that it's back together? You and Kyle back together.
I think it's going to be. We'll make history. Kyle's made a lot of history. RCR has made a lot of history, but we want to make more history together.
The buzz around the shop when people start thinking, this may happen. What's it like? I mean, people like everybody. People work on the cars. Everybody there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'd walk in the engine shop and the guys would say, "Are we going to get Kyle? Are we going to get Kyle?" The race shop, the chassis shop, everyone was so excited. Just to the thoughts of getting in them today to make it official, I know how excited they are back in Welcome, North Carolina.
Why is it so complicated? It took a long time. I mean, in other sports, it seems like it doesn't take this long, but for a star like that to be uncertain about his future, it just takes a long time, I guess, business does.
Yeah, I mean, he had so many options that he had to look at and look at everything about it, and he wanted to make sure he was making the right move for him and whoever he went with. And I think that picking us to come with us, it's no different than a ball player that's going to be in the free agent. They go out and they see who's out there.
And it's quite appropriate to do the announcement in this building, right? Because Kyle's going to be here in, 15 years or so.
Yep, Kyle will be in the Hall of Fame for sure. And to make this announcement here, I hope when he does go in the Hall of Fame, he'll remember making this announcement. I'm sure he will.
You joked about the watch, but obviously, I mean, there was some history there. So what was that first conversation like with him to kind of put that all behind you?
We just talked about that, that it's time to put that, take a hatchet and get rid of that. It's been over 10 years, and like I said earlier, I think both of us has got a little smarter as we got a little older.